Hello and welcome back to the ISL preview show brought to you by KhelNow.com. Today we'll be previewing the team from the Seven Sister States, NorthEast United FC. In studio we have today with us Nikhil Sharma. Hi Nikhil.
Hi Gibran. Let's very quickly look at the squad for NorthEast United.
Nikhil, NorthEast United did not have a very good season last year in the ISL. They finished in the bottom of the table with 15 points. Do they look like a stronger side this season?
Yeah, looks like they've gone in the market and they've got some Indian players added to the lineup. They might not have spent the most money in the market as far as foreign players are concerned, but seems like good choices. They've picked few who did reasonably well in the ISL season, and they've also added 4 strikers to the lineup. What they missed last season were goals. They did exceptionally well as far as the defensive work is concerned. So they've added strikers this time. Hopefully they should get them the goal and get them closer to that top 4 space.
So the newly appointed coach, Cesar Farias, do you think he'll be able to get the required results out of them for this season?
Should be. If you look at Cesar Farias' records, he's managed Venezuela, did exceptionally well. He had some younger sides qualifying for continental tournaments as well. Looks like a good young manager for a good young side. Now it's all dependent on how they perform in the initial part of the season to see whether he's really had an impact on them.
Now Nikhil, let's have a look at their goalkeepers.
Well, actually very, very good choices as far as goalkeepers are concerned. What it looks like is they will have an Indian goalkeeper starting. Brasiliano has come in, but he'd primarily be a backup or a coach to both these young boys. Rehanesh did exceptionally well for NorthEast, held the golden glove for quite some time before the 3 goals that they conceded against Goa kind of spoiled that stat for him. Moya again is a very, very young goalkeeper who can play the ball from his feet, very intelligent, understands spaces well, commands his backline well as well. It'll be a straight up between both these Indian keepers, but I think to start the season off, looks like Farias likes the look of Rehanesh and he might be the guy who's starting off.
Now in their defense, they have Cedric, who came in from Kerala Blasters, who were a fairly good side last season. They have quite a bit of Indian presence as well. How strong do you feel their backline is?
Looks quite okay. They've retained their captain from last year, Miguel Garcia. We're talking about a guy who 3 seasons back played in the Europa Cup final. Cedric Hengbart was a very good performer for Kerala Blasters. Slightly oldish, 35. But he's got the experience. He's got the spirit to go out and do the job for them in the center of the defense for NorthEast United. Konwani Motonga, while he's a central defensive player, can also slot in. He's done that for his club in Zambia. Wing-back positions, full-back positions rather, will be taken up by Indian players. On the right, I think the choice is between Ibor Langkhongji and Raji Yumnam. Ibor looks like the guy who should be starting for NorthEast, should be one of the first few names as far as Indian players are concerned for NorthEast United. On the left, pre-season seems to indicate that Regan Singh might be the guy who will start on the left, but he has some very tough competition from Robin Gurung for that position. So if you look really at the lineup with addition of Zoming Liana Ralte from Pune FC at the centre back position, between the 7 of them, 4 positions should be taken up by them and fairly strong. It remains to be seen, if there are any injuries, how do we have people fitting in. Ibor can of course play in the centre of the defence as well, but to start off, looks like he'll play in the right.
Now, NorthEast United's midfield surely has a boost for this season. They've brought in Simão Sabrosa, played with Ronaldo, former Atletico de Madrid player, and a regular starter for the Portuguese national team. He will be joined in by his fellow teammate Silas, who has also played in Europe previously. So NorthEast midfield should have a good chemistry between them this season, don't you think?
I think they'd probably, when they start off in the heart of defense, just ahead of the heart of the midfield rather, just ahead of the defense. They probably have Konwani Motonga playing there. Bruno Arias, somebody who played with Delhi Dynamos last season, whenever he got an opportunity, he did really well for them. Had a peach of a goal against Atletico, placed that to the far right corner. They should be, the guys who would actually play in the centre midfield. They probably played one of those there. On the right, we'd probably have Sanju Pradhan playing there. Boythang Haukip can also play there as well. Then on the left, they'd probably have Satyasen Malyanki suiting there as well. And Boythang can also play on the left. So they have a lot of options. Clear-cut strategy of having Indian players on the wings there. Simao Sabrosa looks like the guy who will play number 10. Every effort that NorthEast makes through the centre of the park going forward will be through Simao Sabrosa. His stats speak for themselves. He's got great experience, played for Atletico, Barcelona, Portugal, Euro 2004. He's not really played for the last 1 year, but then he's been training with a good unit back home. He will start and will be provided good cover by Silas, who can also play that number 10 position for NorthEast United.
Yeah. Now moving on to their forwards, Nikhil. NorthEast United have Kamara, who's an ex-Fulham player, who he will be providing them with the required experience in the opposition half. He has Nicolas Velez, fairly young player, 25 years of age, former River Plate youth product. He'll be providing them with the speed and skill up front. Do you think they have a competitive forward line who can provide them with plenty of goals?
I think what NorthEast seem to have done is, because there was so much of paucity of goals last season, they seem to have brought in a lot of strikers. There are 4 of them, amongst all the foreigners that they have. The 2 that stand out as far as performing for NorthEast are concerned are, of course, Nicolas Velez and Bobokar Sanogo. They have a great striker in Diomansi Kamara, but at his age, at about 39, looks very tough. He can start every game for them. So I feel they would probably have Nicolas Velez and Bobokar Sonogo starting for them. A bit of unknown quantity in Francis Dagzi. I don't know what he will bring on, but of what we hear in Ghana in terms of what he's done, he's also been invited to the youth national teams, although he never featured for them. So who knows, maybe he can come out and blaze the track here. And of course they have the local boy Holicharan Narzari and another local boy Alan Diori, who could be playing either on the wings and up front as well.
How do you think NorthEast United are going to line up this season, Nikhil?
Probably one of the complaints that people might have with NorthEast United were them being too defensive last season. They created a lot of possession, about 52-53% possession, but that was not, there was a lot of horizontal balls being played. The ball was being held, so the penetration that people might have expected of a attacking team like NorthEast might not have happened this time. Under Farias, it looks like that's going to change. They'll probably set up with Renesh in goal. Moya could come in any time to, as an able deputy there. To be calling him deputy is probably not doing him justice. He's had a fantastic season with Bengaluru. Hengbart and Garcia in the middle. We'd see Aiborlang Khongji on the right. Probably Regan Singh or Robin Gurung starting on the left. Konwani Motonga in that number 4, number 6 position, which is the central defensive midfielder role. Either Sanju Pradhan or Boythang Haukip on the right, and maybe Satya Sen on the left. Simao attacking with Nicolas Velez and Bobokar Sonogo. So it's a 4-4-2 with a diamond in the midfield. That's the position that we think these guys are going to play.
For you, where do you think NorthEast United will end up in the table this season? Bottom half, or this time will they be in the above half of the table?
It's a tough question, really. The team, they've improved on the team. They were not very far off from where other teams were in terms of points, in terms of a couple of goals here and there would have surely made a difference. But this season, teams have gone out and spent quite a lot of money. NorthEast seem to have spent wisely, got players that fit the system, can run, can really put in their lungs in those 90 minutes. As of now, on paper, they look like contenders. One really doesn't know that, hopefully they'll get a lot of support there, and the players raise the level of their game and can perform well at home. They're young, and yet experienced. They could go out and give some teams a good run for their money. should be gunning for a top 4, but it's going to be a hard fight for Northeast and one that they should hopefully be ready for.
Right. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you for tuning in to Khel Now's ISL preview. Take care. See you again.
Thank you.